Dear students, welcome you all. Myself, I am Arul Jiva Nijandan from Mechanical Department. Today we are going to discuss about subject engineering mechanics. From among that, we are going to learn what is mean by the friction, and also we are going to solve one of the problems regarding by the friction. Okay, first of all we study what is mean by the friction. Friction is nothing but it is when two body is contact with each other, the friction will be occur. That is called the friction. For example, when we are rubbing the two hands, the heat has been produced. That also called as a friction. Now we are going to see about types of friction. There are two types of friction will going to be occur. First one is dry friction. Second one is fluid friction. Dry friction is nothing but when two body of a content in dry portion is called a dry friction. Fluid friction is nothing but when a fluid is passing through the pipelines is called a fluid friction. Okay, from this unit we are going to discuss about the main part of that. What is mean by the coefficient of friction and angle of friction? This one is coefficient of friction, then other one is angle of friction. The coefficient of friction is nothing but it is a part of a limit friction and normal force. In day to life we will discuss about that coefficient of friction in all aspects. Next one is angle of friction. Angle of friction is nothing but the angle has been inclined in any body of portion is called as a angle of friction. From this two elements we going to solve one of the problem, then it will become easy to what is mean by the coefficient and angle of friction. First of all, I will draw three objects. It's all differ from each other. This arrow mark has been indicate the 1000 Newton as passed through the bar. This one is NR. NR means nothing but is a normal force or normal reaction. This one is FM. FM is nothing but it is a force of moment. Okay, this is one of the problems we are going to solve regarding the coefficient of friction. In this bar, in this square bar, four forces are been acting. One is 1000 Newton towards downwards. Another one is NR, normal reaction, towards in upward direction. These two elements will be in constant position. The third one, FM, force of momentum. It will be changed regarding to the force as what we are giving to in this cubic bar. For example, in this problem, the question has given as P. P means nothing but it is a force of pulling an object. This P, the 45 Newton, is pulling a cube towards the right hand side. It means that from left to right. If the force P has travelled from left to right means automatically the force of momentum has to travel from right to left. This is the main concept. In case the force P has been given on left hand side, it means that the P force has traveled from right to left means similarly the force FM also need to travel from left to right. Okay, now we solve this sum. Now in this coefficient of in this cube bar, we going to solve a coefficient of friction. The coefficient of friction formula was mu equal to Fn by Nr. Mu, it means that coefficient. Fn means a force of momentum. Nr means a normal reaction or normal force. In the sum, while we are solving the coefficient of friction, we want to know how many forces are acting in the cube. See, there are totally 4 forces are there. First one is 1000 Newton. It means that weight. Another one is the opposite, Nr, normal reaction. This one is the second force. Third one is Fm, force of momentum. The last force is P. It means that the force has been giving to the cube. P, 45 Newton. Now we have to find that summation of horizontal and summation of vertical. Why we want to find? Because in all cube there are 4 lines are there. X-axis, Y-axis. It means X means this one. X-axis, Y-axis. This one also an X-axis. This one also an Y-axis. For that purpose, in engineering mechanics, when we are solving these so many objects, all objects are included by this both the element. One is summation of horizontal and summation of vertical. Now we find what is meant by the summation of horizontal. Summation of horizontal is nothing but we know all the lines are in the part of an x-axis. See, if you can't able to find the horizontal and vertical, means just you draw a straight margin line. In this line we can find what is the horizontal force, what are the vertical force. First we solve the what is summation of horizontal. Summation of horizontal means there are what are the force has been traveled in the cube. In this force, first we want to find out the Fn, because the Fn arrow mark has indicated from the right to left. At same time we want to notice that the arrow mark was indicated from which position, because in graph there are 4 quadrants are there, first, second, third and fourth. In this first quadrant it may be the plus. It means that in y dash it be a minus, in x it may be a plus, in y it may be a plus, in x dash it means that minus. From this position only we are going to solve the summation of horizontal. In this position the force Fm, force of momentum, is travelling from right to left. It means that minus Fn. Second, we want to notice that what are the forces are remaining as travelling from the horizontal portion. P, it may not possible because the arrow, it may be possible because the P force is travelling from left to right. It means that plus P. Now we solve. We don't have any value regarding the force of momentum. Just we simply we can write Fm plus, for P they indicate by the force 45 Newton. Okay, 45. There was one of the constant element we want to know regarding summation of horizontal and summation of vertical. In all the axes, the summation of horizontal will be the 0 and summation of vertical will be the 0, because it is a constant. The line has been starting from the origin, so that really we are putting summation of horizontal equal to 0, summation of vertical equal to 0. Then automatically the sum has been translated to 0 equal to minus Fn plus 45. Then finally Fn equal to 45 Newton. Okay. As we solve the summation of we solve the force of momentum in portion of summation of horizontal. Next we have to find out the summation of vertical. Similar to horizontal, like only horizontal force. Summation of vertical equal to 0 because the line has traveled from the origin position. That's why we are putting as a 0. Next we have to find out that what are the force has been travelling from only in vertical portion. First one is Nr, because the Nr is travelling from the downwards to upward. Then upward means it means that plus Nr. Then we have to find out the another force Fn. The Fn force will not be come because the F and arrow mark indicates one and only the horizontal force. So we have to go to alternate the other force. The other force is 1000 Newton. The weight is hanging on the above the cube surface and it's going on downward direction. It means that minus 1000. Then automatically we will get the NR. NR equal to 1000. Then finally we get the coefficient of friction. The coefficient of friction formula was mu equal to 45,000. Then totally our answer was 0.45. This was a term has been solving. The same regarding we are going to solve the another sum, but somewhat it will be different.